Hello, you want to hear something stupid?
Camera running?
I do.
And may I ask why?
Just because I'm filling in the post office.
That's not allowed.
Shut the camera off.
But I'm not shutting the camera off.
So then you can leave the property.
I'm not leaving the property. You can call local PD if you want.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Well, I guess we're here to talk to you. Somebody called advising you that you're not trespassed for a period of 365 days.
But let me go down there, talk to them. I'll look for you. Sorry it took me so long.
That's all right. I'm assuming you called Rod Spurgeon.
I didn't, but she did.
Okay.
You were correct.
I'm warning you.
Okay.
You didn't even ask me. You cannot just take a picture.
You bet.
Are you an auditor?
Am I what?
An auditor?
An auditor.
Like a journalist?
You can't do that, sir. You don't even ask me the permission to take my picture.
Oh, okay. I am wanting to know if you're here because they had concerns about the filming in the post office.
Yeah, that's exactly what they had concerns over.
How they're operating right now is not how the post office is supposed to operate.
Gandalf, right?
You got magic powers, right?
I wish I had those kinds of magic powers.
Thanks for fighting for our rights.
Yeah, absolutely. Take care now.
You can explain why you're taking photos of my vehicle?
Absolutely, I can. Whatever my reason is. Don't come up to me with that attitude. You understand me?
What's that, sir?
What's what? Oh, it's a video recorder? Is that not okay?
I'm not comfortable with that. Can you remove that to me?
Why are you doing it?
I'm not going to tell you. You need to get on. You understand? Now. Move along. Wow. So they just put all the supervisors in one location.
This location is only the window, none of carrier.
Is that just so that they can have no accountability, or? Don't ever take that tone with me.
Don't be taking photos of people's
I'll be taking photos of whatever I want. You got it? What's the odds that I literally show up and see her there a few seconds ago and instantly she's gone? I mean, it's almost like she has wizardly powers to teleport away.
Hey everyone, this story is a second follow-up to my original story on the Renton USPS reported on back on February 4th, 2021, and the initial follow-up story 2 years later on February 4th, 2023. The Renton USPS has a storied history at this point of horrifically bad behavior towards the public. As of this story today, the USPS has, by admission of one of its own employees, housed all of its supervisors away from this post office. The outcome is obvious in full display to the public. An unchecked level of entitled behavior, a profound level of unprofessional conduct, and disgust towards the public if they dare attempt to utilize their liberties in public, and in accordance with Title 39 of the Code of Federal Regulations, Section 232.1, subsection I. The USPS is unwilling to recant on its terrible behavior. This USPS has turned this story into a point of pride in their resistance against the American public, and they will not bend the knee to you, the public, though they are paid to serve you. I highly recommend watching the original and follow-up stories. I'll also be providing the trailers from the original and initial follow-up for you all to catch up on in this story today. This is the USPS telling we the people how they will provide service to us, and there are no consequences to them for such bad behavior.
Hey everyone, I am free. It's May 17th, 2024. I'm in the city of Renton, King County, Washington State. I'm heading on over there to the USPS here in Renton. I've had a original visit, which you may remember involved Sergeant Skelton, one of the best police officers on earth, and a follow-up, which involved just as much craziness with the employees of the USPS. So I'm going back for a follow-up to see if anything has changed, maybe a new postmaster, see if they've gotten the memo. And by the memo, I mean poster 7.
I've noticed over time a growing amount of requests for me to explain what is presented in the emails, citations, screenshots, etc. when provided to you all for consumption in the pop-ups and the stories that I present. I'm doing that here, and I'd like to have you all comment if you prefer this approach in addition to the posting of the material. So please do let me know if you like this approach. I'll also follow up with a survey on the channel as well. Poster 7 is an excerpt of Title 39, Chapter 232, Section 1 of the Code of Federal Regulations. That excerpt, and of course the code, explains what is permissible conduct on postal property. This includes taking photographs for news, advertising, and commercial purposes, where, when, etc. It specifically allows for the video and audio recording as well as photographs to be taken while on property. This is why, for example, Sergeant Skelton back in 2021 and others seen in other stories I produced, among other good public servants, uphold our liberties to be present and conduct our business in these ways while on our property.
Which is an excerpt of CF 39 CFR 232.1. So we're going to go in there, subsection I, see if anything's happened. Hello.
How can I help you?
Looking to see if the postmaster's here.
She doesn't work here.
She doesn't.
Her office is down in 17200 116.
Gotcha.
What's that, sir?
What's what? Oh, it's a video recorder? Is that not okay?
I'm not comfortable with that. Can you remove that to me?
Ooh, gosh, it's kind of an awkward situation. I can't, I'm working.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one we made it.
So she doesn't work here, sir.
Okay, gotcha. I guess I'm a little confused on something. You said she.
Say it again.
You said she does not work. So is it a new postmaster within the last 3 years?
Ma'am, ask you to leave.
Who are you?
I'm the postmaster.
You're the postmaster. Okay, absolutely.
Shut the camera off.
But I'm not shutting the camera off.
And then you can leave the property.
I'm not leaving the property. Yeah. You can call local PD if you want.
I will.
Okay. The thing you need to understand too is poster 7, that excerpt, comes from the law. It comes from 39 CFR 232.1. And there's a DHS memo from 2018 that says this is perfectly legal to do.
I'm new here. I think you're talking to a wrong guy.
Hey, fair enough. Is there like a supervisor here or anyone that's been here for a little while?
And so they will cancel all of those.
You can go to Highland. If that's the supervisor's office right there.
Gotcha. So is there anyone here that would be considered a supervisor while they're here?
There are no supervisor here. There are no supervisor here.
No one. Okay. Is there anyone else besides you and her?
Yeah.
Just you two?
Talk to her if you want.
Yeah, I'll see maybe if she knows. Thanks, Manny. I am looking to see, I don't remember the lady's name, but the blonde lady that works back there, is she available?
No, she's not.
She's not?
No, she went to the home or some like a doctor's appointment something.
I literally just saw her about 60 seconds ago. She was right over there in the hallway. She was helping me.
The lady, because we have other supervisor coming. Why? May I ask something?
Yeah, I gotta ask her a question.
You have some ask a question?
Yeah, I got a question for her.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
May I ask your name?
It's Gandalf.
Huh?
Gandalf.
Gandalf?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 moment.
How can I help? I can take that. It's all labeled?
Yes. just left.
Oh, she just left.
Missed it.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, I can't believe that.
Kind of like 3.
Wow.
She got a doctor's office.
What's the odds that I literally show up and see her there a few seconds ago and instantly she's gone? I mean, it's almost like she has wizardly powers to teleport away. That's amazing. Wow. Hey, Manny.
And also this office, we don't have a supervisor.
Wow.
So if you want something, ask.
Gotcha.
Go to the other station.
Gotcha.
Four supervisor available.
Wow. So they just put all the supervisors in one location.
This location is only the window, none of carryover.
Is that just so that they can have no accountability, or what?
I do not.
You don't know? Yeah, I bet you don't, because all the supervisors are gone. Hey, Manny.
I'm busy, sir.
Oh, are you? Yeah, I need some help, man. Isn't that what you do as a public servant?
Sorry about that, sir.
Oh, you can't help? You're not a public servant anymore?
How can I help, sir?
Oh, wow. Look at that. Manny, you're kind of going a little far afield of what you're supposed to be doing or not doing, Manny. Come on. What are you doing? I just need help. You don't need to behave like that. Wow. This post office has absolutely not learned anything. In fact, what this is all about, as you can see, is that original video where the postmaster was here. Sergeant Skelton ended up calling to the regional headquarters, ended up squaring everything away.
Sorry it took me so long.
That's all right. I'm assuming you called Rod Spurgeon.
I didn't, but she did.
Okay.
You were correct. Yep.
All right.
So here's what I told her.
Okay.
I had a long conversation with her, and I wanted to make sure everything was right.
And the postmaster and the blonde lady were absolutely destroyed.
Yes, whatever your name is, Mr. Nice Guy, you are not trespassed. I'll make sure that trespass goes away.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
Everybody apologizes. The police department apologizes.
It's all right. Hey, we solved the problem. I'm not looking to escalate.
I know you're not.
You mind going in with me?
Let's go.
He
just wants to say just a couple things, nice things.
Everything's good to go now?
Yes, apparently.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
And we spoke, and so thank you very much.
And now it's just an issue of if you come in for help, they're not going to provide it because they decide who they're going to provide service to and who they're not going to provide service to because there's no supervisors here. And the fact that that lady just said that there's 4 supervisors at the other office and there's none here, and this is where all the problems are, that tells you a lot. Hey, any chance that the blonde lady showed right back up instantly?
I told you.
Uh-huh.
She went to the. I am not comfortable. What if you are comfortable? Take up the hat, take up the sunglass, mask. Why are you doing that?
Man, we wore masks for like 3 years. What are you doing?
No, nobody. Look at that.
Man,
why are you doing that?
Do I have to be a part of the tribe? Is that the only way you get service around here?
Busy with the customer. Hi, you got it.
Absolutely crazy, ma'am. Absolutely crazy.
Oh, the medium flat leg, large.
So, any chance you could maybe call one of those supervisors and have them come over here, ma'am?
No.
No.
You're gonna pay, then they're gonna come.
The phones are broken?
When it's not broken, I didn't say that.
Well, I'm just asking if maybe that was the...
Please, I am busy. Please leave it. Okay?
Well, ma'am, I'm trying to get help, okay? I mean, that's literally what you get paid to do. Wow. Wow. So this is the situation, guys. You can see this postal worker right here refuses to provide assistance. She makes claims that there's 4 supervisors at the other location and refuses to call one, have one come over, provide assistance. This is about them going out of their way to not provide service. Man, you should be doing better, okay? This is 3 years this has been going on. You guys need to do a better job, okay? Go ahead. You may have to call out to them, man. They're just like doing bad things and not wanting to get caught doing it.
Gotcha. If you're recording a video, I don't want to be in your video.
Yeah, I hate to tell you, but that's just not an option for you.
What's that?
I hate to tell you this, and that's sarcastic, but you don't have an option. You can say, you can ask, but you can't compel me to shut off the camera. Yeah, that whole First Amendment thing, I know. But visas are still open for North Korea and Russia, from what I hear. So if you'd like to maybe go places where they don't enjoy First Amendment liberties, I know, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, that whole free press, free speech thing, it's a lot of freedom. Some people can't handle it. Wow, look at that. This is how awful they are here. They are unwilling, 100% unwilling to provide service. And when a customer shows up to actually deliver or to drop off a package to mail, they refuse to come out to help. That is absolutely crazy. Ma'am, you just completely ignored that guy that came in to get rid of to drop off a package. What are you doing? That's completely crazy. Let's go see if maybe they're out back. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. There's two females in there. There's two females in there, and I think the blonde, I'm not 100%. I'm just saying, if I was going to pick between the blonde lady and the Asian lady as to being who's Karen based on this, I'm going to go with the blonde lady.
Why you're taking photos of my vehicle?
Absolutely, I can. Whatever my reason is. Don't come up to me with that attitude. You understand me?
Why are you doing it?
I'm not going to tell you. You need to get on. You understand? Now. Move along. You understand? Don't ever take that tone with me.
Don't be taking photos of people's
I'll be taking photos of whatever I want. You got it?
Asshole.
Move on.
Thank you.
Hey, ma'am, I need some assistance, please. Like to get a stamp?
You want to buy some stamps?
I would like to buy a stamp. Please. Hold on just a second. I'm going to get my money out.
You're gonna print my picture without my permission?
What?
Isn't that illegal?
I don't know. Is it?
You don't know? Who know?
Gosh, I don't know.
How many you need stamps?
Just one stamp.
One stamp. What's your name?
Gandalf.
Gander?
Yep, right there.
Gander.
press
Can
badge.
I take a picture?
No, I just showed it to you. You don't need to have a picture of that.
So how many stamps? One
Just
stamp
one.
or two stamps?
Just one stamp would be
Just
great.
one stamp?
Yep, thank you. Really appreciate it.
Okay, and then I hope you do not take a customer's credit debit card or something
Nope,
like that.
I
because
don't.
you are the behind.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't
if
do that.
anything happen, our camera take everything.
Oh,
so
okay. Gotcha. Fair enough. I am forewarned.
Because you've been behind our customer
Yep.
credit debit activity.
You're right. You're right.
So-
I have, but I haven't captured any of it.
Well, who can trust you?
Oh, whoa,
432.
whoa! Why would you say that?
Because
Why would you say that's very rude? You basically just accused me of being a thief.
here's the resident.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's how you guys behave? You
Because
accuse
it's-
customers of being thieves?
We are helping the customer nice and kindly, but you are also the unusual.
Ma'am, there's a litany of issues here, and I think you're well aware of that fact. You're one of those issues. Ma'am, I had a question about that that stamp purchase. Was that, you said Karen left earlier, right?
I didn't say the name. We don't have a Karen here.
Oh, really? Well, I think there's a car illegally parked out in the parking lot then in the employee area. Just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Excuse me.
What's this for?
Working on a story.
Oh, nice.
A very unfortunate 3-year-long story about this post office in particular.
Oh, man.
Yeah, not a good post office here. Not at all.
Where will I be able to find the video?
In Auditing media.
Okay. So now tell me the story, please.
Yeah, I can tell you the story. Actually, it's pretty crazy. And I said, I own this property. It's mine. It's like yours, hers, and everyone else's, right? It's our post office. Taxpayers. So he says, I'm calling the cops. So the cops called up. First 2 cops, idiots, just absolute, should never be police officers, kind of police officers. So they trespassed me. So I walked down to the police department, and the best police officer on earth, Sergeant Skelton from the Renton City Police Department, 45 years on the police department. I think I was like 2 when he joined, right? He listens to me. He's like, I hear your arguments. I hear their arguments. I'm going to call over to the Postmaster's office and figure this out because you have some evidence on me. So he's like old school investigating, right? So he calls over. I'm waiting on the sidewalk. He comes up. You're absolutely right. He said, as it turns out, you are correct. You can be here doing your business as press and you can free speech and everything else. Of course. And I'm like, great. So I came back inside. And that was it, right? Now, obviously, blonde lady Karen and the postmaster were not happy about this, right? But nonetheless, that's the law. So I gave it some time. I just wanted to see if the post office was going to do some training. So I came back a year later, roughly, just to see if they had actually done the training. Nope. No, just completely crazy again. They called the cops again. The cops showed up though this time. They're like, hey, look, he's a member of the press. He can be here. Just like any other citizen can. You can't kick him out. We're not kicking him out. And so again, they're really upset. When I come here today, Manny right there, and the lady, I don't know her name, just being extremely rude, saying that you can't record here. I want you to leave. You can't be dressed like that. I'm like, well, first of all, the post office isn't the clothing police. Second of all, we were wearing masks for 3 years. What are you doing, right? So they're just completely. And if you notice, Manny right there, he's picking and choosing who he'll serve. So what's interesting is Manny told me he's very new. So what's interesting about that is that Manny is already exhibiting the exact same behavior as all the other personnel that were working here 3 years ago. And what else is interesting is the Asian lady told me that there's 4 supervisors, but none of them work here. And I've been told that every time I've come here, with the exception of the first time when the postmaster was here. And I caught them on camera lying about there being a postmaster because I have it on video that the postmaster came out, was wearing a black shirt that day, and he's like, I'm the postmaster, you gotta get out of here, kind of thing, right? And he ended up all of a sudden not ever having been here that day, according to them on camera. I was like, well, who was the bald guy who was about 5'7" with a black shirt who said he was the postmaster? Oh, we've never had that person here. That, like, literally on video. He's the one that called the police. So it's all very bizarre, and I can't figure out why it is, but ultimately what I think is important to the citizens is if they're willing to call the police because a member of the press comes in to record and check and see if bad behavior is here, and then you capture the bad behavior that I've captured today and every time I've been here, and it doesn't change after 3 years, and they don't have supervisors here, it almost seems like that's on purpose at this point. You know what I mean? Because then you can't like ask them for a supervisor and say, well, there's none here. And every time I've come here, they say that with the exception of the first time. So there's no accountability. You have to go somewhere else to find a supervisor.
Interesting perspective. Well, I appreciate your perspective.
But yeah, it's in Auditing if you want to check it out. If you go to the video section and just scroll to the bottom, that's actually my first story I ever did. So.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck to you, man.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah,
Take care.
What's so interesting about the post office?
Oh, that's a 3-year thing I've been working on as a journalist. The post office here has just got real problems with like performance. But when I came here originally 3 years ago to do the story, they ended up just losing their minds, absolutely losing their minds. Called the cops and ultimately got fixed, but.
Okay, no worries. Just a question, what are you filming for?
Working on a story.
With a,
Yeah.
like are you a news reporter?
I am.
Oh.
I'm a journalist. Yeah.
Do you have a name? Right here.
Hey Manny, do you have any comment about how long you've been working here and what training you've had regarding this story?
I cannot talk to you, sir. I'm sorry. I'm busy.
Can't talk to the press. This is an ongoing story, Manny, for 3 years, and it seems that the same problems that were going on 3 years ago are being personified by you right now.
About that.
Is the post office actually sorry about that? I mean, the original problems that brought me here as a journalist 3 years ago were that people were having a lot of mail loss, they weren't getting good customer service, and from what I've been seeing today, the post office is still meeting those low standards. Have you been recently trained, Manny? Well, as you can see there, everyone, this problem has persisted for 3 years. It looks like it's not actually going to get fixed. Right in there, Manny said that he's brand new to the post office. Oh, actually, that's not true. He said he is new to the post office. He's a new employee, but that that was all the information I could get out of Manny about the situation. So the other lady that was there, I think she's been there for a couple of years, and that has, at least the behavior she's showing, I think I've seen her once or twice before. I think the behavior she's showing is absolutely in line with the behavior I was seeing from the others, with the exception of, actually no, not with the exception of them, they're all basically behaving the exact same way. So in this instance, I have to say, I mean, this is just, it looks like it's not going to get fixed. It looks like they're not taking it seriously. I did see a Renton City police officer pull in here a second ago. I'm going to go see if he's actually coming here for this. No, doesn't look like it. Looks like they just turned through. And I would gather that's because at this point I've had 2 encounters with the City of Renton Police Department here, and I have to think at this point they understand that you know, they have no ability to do anything here. This is an exclusive jurisdiction post office. It's not a concurrent legislative jurisdiction, so they don't have the ability to enforce anything anyways. What they did that one day back in 2021 was wholly unlawful, but Sergeant Skelton squared it away, and I think that's what you should like ask from a police officer and it got squared away. So yeah, at this point I think that's really it here for today. They clearly haven't learned their lesson, so I'm probably gonna have to follow up and do another story again sometime in the future. So thanks for watching. Bye.